So Angelina, I see you nodding your head back there. Yes. So knowing your worth and and providing that content, I think that for myself anyway, there was a line between, am I really worth $200? Is this, maybe I didn't do my best work and I didn't provide that, but finding that balance, Angelina, and putting that professionalism behind that number. What's your opinion on how to get to that point?
Well, I would say that I think that approach is perfect in that I always keep a great relationship, especially with PR agencies, because they have a lot of clients that come to them and want, bloggers to work for free. And they just don't know that, yes, there are a number of bloggers that will work for free, but that's not me. And so what I do in that initial conversation is I love it because it opens the door, creates a relationship, but also creates the expectation that if someone wants to work for me, before they come next time, they should assign a budget. I would say my highest paying work for both 2015 and 2014 were from PR agencies that initially approached me to do something for free. And so it's always great to remember that, I hear a lot of people complain about PR agencies and feel insulted and write snarky emails back, but at the end of the day, that's a person on the other side of the computer who's just trying to make a budget work. And so it's important to remember that, especially if you live in the same city, you might end up at the same place. But to remember that they're just trying to do their job as well. They may not know that you don't work for free. And they may not be able to pay you. So start with an open conversation, keep it going, and really welcome those initial emails, because that's what's going to set you off down the road. Maybe not with that client. It's interesting. I just saw that Giovanni just continually asks people to do things for free. But that PR agency doesn't only represent them, they also represent a lot of other clients. And that other client may want to work with you and may have a budget. So I think there's a little bit of give and take there, and also with budget in that I just did a project with a PR agency that couldn't quite meet my asking, but was close enough and went back to the client twice to ask for more money, and I took the job. It was a little bit less than I would normally charge, but I really wanted to create a great relationship with that agency. And I agree, working with agencies are fantastic because you don't have to deal with the client directly. And you can have some frank conversations about what's working, what's not, and what you would do in the future. So that's kind of how I approach things.
So somebody just asked, doesn't it depend on the cost of the product and how much you want to work with that brand and like the item?
So no. Yes and no. So yes, because I work in travel, for example, I went on a $10,000 Galapagos trip for free. So yes, I took a significant discount on that because he gave me a $10,000 trip. In terms of the product and how much you like it, you are still providing value. So you need to remove how you personally feel out of the equation, and that's why, at the bottom of my email, I call myself a publisher. So whether I like the product or I don't, and by the way, I wouldn't endorse a product that I didn't like, it doesn't matter how much I like it, I still provide the same amount of value. I still provide the same audience. I still provide the same engagement. And that's why you set a base rate. I don't deeply discount for a brand because once you discount, they'll never get you to the rate you really want to be. So even for the project that I just did, it was just slightly under, and I had a very frank conversation with that PR agency about it, and they've since brought me other projects that are to my level, but this was hey, this could be a great ongoing relationship. Let's work together on this and then try to get to the client to a rate that, works for both of us.
Okay. So, Carrie, to go off of what Angelina was saying as well as what Christina was saying, you're offered a $2, the client would like you to work with a $2 jar of mayonnaise, and you're saying, I want to charge you $300. So does the product value even matter?
I think it's yes and no. At least for me, it depends. And if it's a brand that you really, really wanted to work with, like I'm honestly, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna work for a $2 jar of mayonnaise at this point. But if we're talking about a bigger ticket item, or even just a company or a PR firm that you're kind of wanting that in with, I might offer something, but it may not be a full-on blog post.